Hey everyone, TPS Miner here. Welcome back to the TPS Miner channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about mining Alephium, and we're going to do it with three very different graphics cards. We're going to do it with a GT 1030 2GB card, a GTX 1050 Ti 4GB card, and an RTX 3060 LHR. So before we get into that, let's talk a little bit about Alephium, and we'll start off with what is Alephium. Alephium is the first live Layer 1 sharded blockchain scaling and improving on Bitcoin core technologies, proof of work, and UTXO. So they say it's like Bitcoin, but more programmable and energy efficient. It's like Ethereum, but more secure and scalable. And like Solana, but more decentralized and trustless. Those are three very bold statements. And if those hold true, then Alephium could be a revolutionary blockchain. So let's jump over to the Alephium website, alephium.org. And this website drives me crazy because it flashes between light and dark. But let's scroll down. There's two important things here I want to point out. The first is the proof of less work. So I thought this was interesting. Proof of less work uses a clever combination of physical work and token economics to dynamically adjust the work required to mine new blocks, ensuring a reduced energy footprint compared to classic Nakamoto proof of work mining. So given all of the news or the media coverage of proof of work mining, and we've heard about bans and all the concerns about the environmental impacts of proof of work mining, proof of less work is an interesting alternative that could potentially help reduce or alleviate some of those concerns about mining. All right, the next thing I wanted to talk about here is the mineability of Alephium. So right now, currently we support CPU and GPU mining and will soon offer FPGA mining support. So I dug into this a little bit. The CPU mining, from what I understand, is only offered on their testnet, and GPU mining is offered on their mainnet. Now, FPGA mining is not yet supported, but of course, when FPGA mining is supported, it will change the dynamic and mineability of this coin. But for right now, on their mainnet, it is just GPU mining. Okay, so before we can start mining, the first thing we're going to need to do is get a wallet. So on the alephium.org website, there is a link to get the wallet, and that's going to take you to the GitHub for the Alephium wallet. Right now, version 1.1.0. So you'll go down and you'll download the appropriate wallet for your needs. I'm using the Windows wallet. So download, get your wallet set up, get your receiving address because you're going to need that for mining. All right, the next thing we're going to need, I'm doing my testing today using T-Rex. So T-Rex version 0.25.2 added the Blake 3 algorithm for Alephium coin, and it also added an Ethereum plus Alephium dual mining capability. So one of the things we will be testing today is dual mining. So to replicate what I'm doing today, you're going to need to get T-Rex 0.25.2. And let's hop over into my test bench and let's take a look at two of the setups. So the first one we'll look at is a standard setup where you're just using a single card, not dual mining. In this case, you'll set your stratum to match. I'm using Herominers. You'll apply your stratum for the appropriate mining pool that you're using. And again, in my case, it's Herominers. I chose Herominers because there is a 0% pool fee until the end of February. So I wanted to take advantage of that while I was doing some testing. So then you'll copy and paste in your receiving address that you got from your wallet that you set up in the previous step. And that's about it. So go ahead, save this, start your miner, and you're off and running. Now for the dual mining setup, it's a little bit different, but if you've done dual mining before, this shouldn't be anything new. Your first configuration piece is going to be for your primary. In this case, it's Ethereum. So we'll set up our Ethereum configuration in our batch file and our Ethereum wallet. And then the second piece, you will set up your Alephium setup. So your Alephium stratum and your Alephium wallet address. And in this case, I am locking my core clock because I want my configuration to match how I would typically mine Ethereum. Okay, so we've got a 1030 2 gigabyte card running. We've got a 3060 LHR dual mining. And then I have another rig that's where the 1050 Ti is mining, but the setup was exactly how I had set up the 1030. So let's take a look at some numbers. Well, first let's jump over to the mining pool and let's take a look at what this mining pool looks like. So again, I'm on the Alephium.Herominers.com and I just put in my address to get all of my statistics, but not a bad website actually. It's some good information here. Today is February 3rd, 2022. The price of Alephium currently is at 59 cents for reference for some of our future calculations. So if we scroll down here a little bit, we can see our actual workers and what they're doing. So again, nice little graphical user interface for us to take a look at what's happening. And then we can look at the statistics for each of the workers. So C3PO is the 1050 Ti. Han Solo is the 3060 LHR. And Han Solo 1030 is the 1030 2 gigabyte card. So I've been running these for most of the day today. So the 6-hour numbers are going to be the ones that are most accurate and reflect what performance we've been getting out of these different cards. So there is an option here, if I scroll up just a little bit, where you can get estimated mining profits. So you can type in your hash rate and it'll give you a daily, monthly, a weekly and monthly payout, and then an estimated revenue. So what I've done to make this simple is I put everything into a little notepad here for us to take a look at. And let me slide this out of the way so I'm not covering my face. So again, we've got the GT 1030, we've got the 1050 Ti and the RTX 3060 LHR. And again, this is dual mining Ethereum. And what we're seeing here, these are my overclocks. I have a plus 250 core clock, a minus 502 memory for the 1030. And we're getting 151.6 mega hash. And the reward is 0.3567 ALF per day, which translates to about 20 cents per day in revenue. So this does not take into consideration the electricity costs. The 1050 Ti at a plus 140 core, minus 502 memory, we're getting 292.4 mega hash, and our reward is 0.6881 ALF per day, or about 39 cents per day. And then the 3060 LHR, we're running our standard Ethereum settings, which is a locked core clock at 1530, memory clock of plus 1300 in Windows, and we get a hash rate of 232.1 mega hash per second, and the reward comes out to be 0.5462 ALF per day, or about 31 cents per day. So let's jump back over and take a look at this. One of the things that I found to be most interesting, because we are running dual mining, our LHR is set to a lower value. We're at about 68%, whereas normally on this 3060, we're at about 73, 74%. And our power consumption is about 111 watts. Now with the dual mining, we're getting the readings fluctuating anywhere from about 80 watts up to about 100 watts. So on average, now the split is, 68 to 32%. So I would say we're running, let's say closer to 95 watts. So we're about 15 watts lower on our power consumption running in this dual mining configuration on average. Now, as far as profitability goes, with the lower hash rate, typically we're at around 36 mega hash on this 3060 LHR. So we're dropped down to about 32, 33 mega hash. So we're losing about 3.5 mega hash. And that does equate to roughly, 15, 20 cents per day. So we're making up for that somewhat with the Alephium mining. So in the grand scheme of things, it's probably about a wash. Maybe we're saving a little bit in power consumption, and maybe we're getting a little bit in Alephium. But the thing to consider about Alephium is it's only tradable on Gate.io. So if you can't use Gate.io where you're at, then you really can't do anything with this coin at the moment other than collect it and hold it. So Whether it's worth it to mine on an LHR card to dual mine, it really depends on what your goals are. If you're looking to collect as much Ethereum as possible before proof of stake, then it may not be worth it to dual mine. But if you're interested in doing a little spec mining, then maybe it is worth it. The cost difference or the profitability difference for mining Ethereum versus spec mining a little bit of Alephium might be worth it for you. So again, this is one of those coins where I'm very intrigued at the prospect of what this project and this blockchain could be in the future. It is something that I will continue to dual mine temporarily until I get a better feel for what the overall profitability for me is going to be. But I will most certainly continue mining on the 1050 Ti and the 1030. Those are two cards that I use for spec mining anyway, and I would like to collect as much Alephium as I possibly can in the short term. So again, if you are looking to mine Alephium, I would strongly consider taking a look at Herominers. It is a 0% pool fee for the next several weeks till the end of January or till the end of February. And again, when we look at the overall mining profits, so this is 676.1 mega hash is what I'm getting collectively across all of the different cards that I tested today. You know, we're looking at 1.77 Alephium per day. It's only $1 per day right now, but if this does take off and this becomes more valuable, then certainly that's going to be much more valuable in the future. And if we can pull in 53 Alephium per month over the next several months, we can get ourselves a nice little bag of Alephium. So, all right. Well, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, give us a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing to the channel. Hit that notification bell to be notified of future content. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video today, and I look forward to seeing you guys again real soon.